Hi, in this video I will give a full walkthrough of the different modules that we have created under the HMIS system. Now HMIS is a hospital management system which is used to manage the different day-to-day activities that happen inside the hospital, like user creation, appointment booking, pharmacy, laboratory system. So I will be covering all those modules here. So first let's start with the admin flow, where I will create a new hospital, and this will be the basic setup required before we begin operations here. So let's click on add hospital. Now I will give a sample name called urban care hospital. Set the address. Hospital phone number. We can keep a sample number for now. Email ID of the hospital. Logo of the hospital. Here we can specify the name of the admin. So my would be urban care admin. We can keep the same email of the hospital as the admin email also. I'm going to keep the same phone number. Let's click on create hospital. So this would create a new hospital for me, and this would give me the login credentials for this hospital. So let's go and try to log in with this particular username and password. Okay, so now we have the full set of operations which are available inside this hospital. Let's start by creating and adding few users. So this is the user management tab. Here we can add doctors or staff people. So let's start by creating a sample doctor. Mentioning the name and the mobile number. Specify the registration name also. We can keep the same username as the email. Let's set the password here. We can upload a profile icon for this doctor. So we have added a doctor to the system. Now let's add a specific assistant or staff member. We'll select the doctor under which the staff would work. Okay, so we have added a new staff member. Now let's go on and configure the slots for this doctor. So I'll click on create doctor slots, and here we can select the doctor, select a date. For example, I'm selecting today's date, number of months for which we want the slots to appear here, the duration of each slot, the days on which the slots should be created, and the time range. So I'm keeping it 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for now. Okay, so now let's click on manage slots and see the slots that are created. So under different dates we have these slots, and from here we can delete or edit the slots also. So let's click on delete. We can edit the time range of the slots. For example, if I want to set it from 10:50, I can just make this change here, provided it should not overlap with an existing slot. Let's click on update. Now the slot timing has been changed. Okay, so now we have created slots and doctor as well as assistant. Now let's go on to the masters tab. Under the masters tab, we can add different departments, bed or drugs to our system, along with adding clinical forms, packages. So let's go to department master and create a new department in this hospital. So I'm going to select cardiology. Another department, neurology. We can select the hierarchy here. Now let's add a few beds to our system. Now under the general ward, we can specify the room number, we can specify the name of the bed. We can also create ICU beds. Now let's go and add a few drugs or medicines. For example, we can specify paracetamol, the strength. Let me just add a few more drugs, keeping the generic and the brand name same. Okay, so we have added a few drugs to our system. Now when we go to pharmacy or the stock management, these drugs would be available. We have also added department and beds, so these would be available under the IPD and for admission purpose. Now let's go and add a few doctors to our department. So let's say we have two departments, cardiology and neurology. So we need to click on the users section, and here we have a doctor and its assistant. So let me just add the doctor to this department. So the doctor would be added to this particular department here. We can also add more information related to this department under the department section. So you can enter the department code, email of the department, floor number, room number, and anything that we want to specify. We can select the head of the department. Okay, so this will add the information related to this department, and a particular doctor is added to this system. So with this we complete the basic setup. Now going forward, I will go give a walkthrough of how to add a patient in this system, how to create appointments for those patients, and similarly we will go on and see how to buy drugs from pharmacy and access the laboratory section. Thank you.